Today, we will focus on joint stock companies in Turkey. Frequently asked questions about joint stock company in Turkey. Our first question. In Turkey, how many shareholders can joint stock company be established with? One shareholder is sufficient for the establishment of a joint stock company in Turkey. Is there an upper limit on the number of shareholders of the joint stock company? There is no upper limit on the number of shareholders of a joint stock company. Is it obligatory for the shareholders to be Turkish citizens? No, the shareholders do not have to be Turkish citizens. All shareholders can be foreign persons. Can a shareholder be a legal person? Yes, shareholders can be a foreign person. For example, a limited liability company or a joint stock company abroad can be a legal person shareholder of a limited or joint stock company to be established in Turkey. There is no obligation to have a Turkish citizen shareholder in a company. Can the authorized signatory of the company be a foreign, real or legal person? Yes, joint stock company's authorized signatory, member of the board of directors, can be a real or a legal person established in Turkey or a foreign person. In case the legal person is elected to the board of directors of the company in Turkey, he or she must choose a real person who will sign on behalf of the foreign legal person. This real person can also be a Turkish citizen or a foreign person. Can the title of the company be chosen freely? Yes, any title can be used. At least one industry name must be included in the title. Before the establishment, it is inquired whether there is a similar title or not. In the title, Turkish, Türkiye, Republic, national statements are not used in order that they depend on the approval of the Council of Ministers. Can the company's logo and trademark be registered? Yes, logo and trademark registration can be made after the establishment of the company. Can the company operate in more than one sector? Yes, it's possible, provided that it is stated in the Articles of Association of the company, it is possible to operate in more than one sector. What is the required capital amount for a joint stock company? The minimum capital required for a joint stock company to be established in Turkey is 50,000 Turkish lira. 25% of this amount should be blocked to the bank at the time of establishment. After the establishment approval, the bank blockage will be released and the money can be used. The remaining 3/4 of capital commitment is deposited into the company's bank account by the shareholders within 2 years following the establishment and can be freely used for company activities. What is the term of office of the board of directors of the joint stock company? The governing body of joint stock companies in Turkey is the board of directors. The term of office of the board of directors can be determined as 3 years at the most. At the end of 3 years, the same people can be re-elected for 3 years. Does the company have to have an address? Yes, the company must have a legal postal address. Addressing, answering incoming calls and mail cargo delivery and forwarding can be purchased as services from virtual office companies. How long does it take to establish a joint stock company in Turkey? After obtaining the documents required for the establishment of a company with foreign capital is completed within approximately 5 to 7 working days. Where is the registry of companies in Turkey made? In Turkey, the registration of a joint stock company is made at the Chamber of Commerce, Trade Register Directorate, Tax Office, and Social Security Institution in the city where the company is located. How to open bank accounts for companies? After the establishment of the company, the establishment documents are given to the bank and the bank account opening process begins. A bank account can be opened within 1 to 5 business days. Bank can request additional information about foreign company shareholders during account opening. How are sales invoices issued? Invoices are created electronically through the software of integrator software companies authorized by the Turkish Revenue Administration and sent to customers electronically. E-invoices of customers located abroad are sent via email. Which declarations are given in Turkey and when? VAT declaration is given monthly. Withholding declaration is monthly. Corporation's provisional tax return 3 months. Corporate tax declaration is annually. Stamp duty declaration as the contract is. And the social security notice is given monthly. Who is responsible for public debts? Responsibility for public debt in joint stock companies is on the board of directors. Shareholders who are not from the board of directors are not liable for public debts. Liability for commercial debt is as much as the company's assets. As long as there are no misleading and fraudulent transactions, individuals and institutions with whom commercial relations are made can only go to the assets of the company for their receivables. They cannot go to the board of directors or company shareholders. Do share certificates have to be printed? Joint stock companies in Turkey are not obliged to issue share certificate. However, optionally, the share certificate can be printed. Share certificate can be printed by name or bearer. In order for the share certificate to be issued, the subscribed capital must be fully paid. Is the income from the sale of share certificate taxable? The profit to be obtained from the sale of shares after 2 years have passed from the issuance of the shares is exempt from income tax for the shareholder selling the share. Earnings from sales made within 2 years are subject to tax. How to sell share certificate? Share sales are made through a share transfer agreement to be drawn up between the shareholders. The sales transaction is reported to the board of directors of the joint stock company, and then the sales are recorded in the shareholders' share book. Joint stock company shares in Turkey can be sold optionally through a notary public. What are the tax rates in Turkey? Corporate tax rate is applied as 23% for 2022 and 2023. Income, expense, and profit loss calculations are made quarterly and like this. Income expense calculation and declaration periods are like this. For the first quarter, January-March period statement is until May 17. For quarter 2, April-June statement until August 17, and the third quarter, July-September period declaration until November 17, and for the fourth quarter, October-December period declaration is until April 30 of the following year. It is declared, and if there is a profit, 23% corporate tax is paid. If the period resulted in a loss, no tax is payable. The profit distribution withholding rate is 10%. If the profit remaining after the corporate tax is paid is desired to be distributed to the shareholders in whole or in part, 10% profit distribution withholding tax is paid over the dividend to be distributed. The general VAT rate is 18%. VAT declaration is submitted monthly. How long does it take to close the company in Turkey? In case the joint stock company is to be closed, liquidation procedures must be carried out. The liquidation entry process is approximately 1 month. The liquidation period is 3 months, and the final closing process takes 1 month. All liquidation procedures are completed within 5 months. At least one liquidation manager must be appointed for liquidation. If only one liquidation manager is appointed, he or she must be a Turkish citizen. If more than one liquidation manager is appointed, it is sufficient for one of them to be a Turkish citizen. Thank you for listening.